Welcome to Gear Shift, an automotive podcast about life with your hosts, Christoph and Casper.
Fucking feels, you fucking asshole. I don't know if it's I don't know which one it is. I think actually it might be like an S60 or a C30, only because the motors in the 90s Volvos were a little bit more like they weren't quite as muffled, like they were more raw. So I'm thinking,
so this is a Volvo?
This is 100% a Volvo.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, welcome back to Gear Shift, everybody.
Hey.
Hopefully this is the trouble-free edition.
Yes. Now, you do have to pay extra.
This is... Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't pay, you're going to get the fucked up files. That's all I'm saying.
I purposely corrupt everything.
Facts.
And I will only present...
But he does it in a way where it seems like it's accidental.
Oh, God.
What happened here?
Oh, totally didn't see you there. Oops. So yeah, let's try this again.
Oh, hi.
I have 3 sources going all at once.
Sure.
And we're using a new program, like we talked about in the last edition. So
that's edition for those that don't speak Spaniard.
So this is episode Quattro.
Oh,
Quattro. Bringing it into
which means 4.
It's a Spanish word for 4 that used by a German car company to describe their all-wheel drive system.
Logic.
And now that some of their vehicles are being made in Mexico.
But they...
they're using the term Quattro on the A3 and S3.
They are.
Which is not Quattro.
It's
Halodex, and it's a Spanish word.
Halodex?
Haldex.
There you go.
Haldex.
There you go.
It comes out as Halodex.
English.
But Haldex.
Haldex. Yeah. Halodex.
Like you've never fucked a word up in your life.
Never, not even once. Not even once.
Well, episode 4, we're
Pokemans.
Here. It's a little chilly. The weather is finally back to where it's supposed to be for the Northeast fall.
Agreed. Anywhere between 55 and 70 with a breeze towards the higher temperatures is ideal.
My peak is 75. I'm happy at 75. The humidity.
If you give me a place that had this weather year-round, Ermagerd.
The humidity and the heat that we had last week was just freaking insane.
Nasty.
I'm happy that's over.
Thanks, Irma.
Thanks, Obama. It's his fault.
Obviously.
Hillary.
Guys, fucking Clinton, dude.
Seriously.
Obviously.
Anyway.
Fake weather.
We're, of course, being brought to you by The Bearded Detailer.
Woo.
Go to thebeardeddetailer.com. Go to the swag store. Buy some shit. It's good stuff. Use promo code GEARSHIFT for 10% off your order. Simple as that. We don't complicate things over here.
Really.
You know what? Our Facebook status is not complicated. Never has been. It's never been complicated. We keep it simple. And I'm married, so that too. But other than that.
So how's that ownership going?
You know what? No, you know what?
I had to.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I was auctioning Crystal off yesterday. No, I was at the dealership and I was chatting with Chad and Alex and Ryan, and I brought that up to Chad. I said, I made a shitty reference. I'm like, but he's like, no. He's like, I get what you're saying though, and he's like, and it is a good analogy. He's like, but by that analogy, is Chrysler an Italian company? Is Chrysler an Italian car? Because now they're owned by Fiat.
See, and that is
They're owned, And he corrected me with Lamborghini is still being manufactured in Italy.
Oh, they are?
But owned by Germany.
Okay.
So Chrysler is still being made in America, but owned by Italian. So by this logic, Chrysler is an Italian car company.
Italiano.
And I'm going to come full circle on this.
Okay.
Everyone remembers the Volkswagen Routan, that farce of a fucking minivan that Volkswagen decided
the Volkswagen Routan is
however,
Italian.
It was a co-op with Chrysler.
Yeah.
Now, DNA-wise, that was 100% a Chrysler.
Yeah.
What was their minivan? Chrysler Town and Country.
Town and Country. I was going to say Townsend. I don't know why.
Yeah, Town and Country. Yeah. It was that's 100% what it was with the VW badge and different seats.
Just like the sub 92Xs.
So therefore, if you like Ferraris but have a family of 6, Routan
What's
is the only
the
way
difference?
you can go. I mean,
What's the difference?
It is the Ferraris of minivans.
100%.
It's a German-owned company with an Italian company-owned make. I give up. I'm totally confused. So therefore, the moral of the story is Lamborghini is German and Chrysler is Italian.
Done.
This is you coming to us for this
information. I mean, where the
facts.
fuck else would you go, honestly?
You can't.
All right, play that bitch back.
So you think you know it.
I think I know it. I'm pretty sure. I'm just trying to decide which one it is. I think it's a later gen, though. Because it would have been way too easy.
Like a Jennifer?
Like of Jennifer. Yes.
Or Jenner?
Hi.
Guess it's not getting anything for Father's
It sounds
Day.
good, though.
I will say, it was very hard to get a good clip of this car.
I'm sure. There's not that many. I mean, well, there are, but good clips now. People, I don't know what it is with people in that community. I think it's a later one. It sounds good, though. The dump out sounds like ass. Oh, that does sound really good. I think I'm going to go for S60.
You are.
Well, it's a Turbo 5. It's a Volvo Turbo 5, but
Correct.
I don't know which gen. The reason I don't think it, like I said, the reason I don't think it's an 850 is the older 5-cylinder motors tended to have more of like a throaty kind of note to them. This one sounds a little bit more like I don't want to say like conservative, but more like muffled. I'm between like a S60, like that gen. Well, there's so fucking S60, S40, like there's so fucking many of them.
Let's make this clear here. Mr. Volvo is stumped.
I am stumped.
Okay.
It's been the same fucking motor for 20 years. What do you mean? Almost the same motor.
It's an 850 T5R.
Is it? Well, there you go. What exhaust?
I have to look that back up. I don't remember. It's a red one. The guy had a ton of videos, so I'm sure you've probably seen all the videos.
It sounds good.
I'm debating if I got that one mixed up with another one.
Wait, you sure it's an 850 T5R?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound right.
That's what all his descriptions said.
The only reason I say that is because the T5Rs didn't come in red from my memory.
And I don't believe it was in America.
That's probably why. They might have come in red in Europe and I didn't know. Because T5Rs were only 95 and they were black, that yellow, that cream yellow.
And I think this guy had like a mid-wing too.
Really?
I think he had a roof wing and a trunk wing, if I remember
awesome.
correctly.
I'm pretty sure
that's
I've
hella
seen the
90s.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen the car. It sounds good though. It sounds very nice.
Yeah, he has a ton of it. He has a lot from inside the vehicle,
really?
which don't help.
Well,
with
yeah,
videos
no,
at all.
not,
But yeah. So there you go.
Thanks.
That was for you. You knew it was going to come eventually.
I know.
And I was hoping.
No, I was smiling like an idiot. I
was hoping it would stump you more, but apparently not.
The amount of videos that I've tried to watch for motivation for that car I'm pretty sorry. I've watched that
and based
video.
off of now my research on trying to find videos of that car, there's no motivation.
There's no motivation.
Now I understand why you suck, because there's no motivation.
There's none.
None. You have guys going, "Hey man, put a muffler on it." Ugh.
Dude, no,
my cell phone's 5 inches from the tailpipe. I'm going to rev the fuck out of it after a cold start. There we go, man.
There's very, very few quality videos or audio samples of any Volvo. Just people are just like, they'll do like a start and they'll go, and turn it off. I'm like, what are you showing me?
It's like the TDI guys. Yeah, we're at like 10 decibels at idle. Thank you. Be sure to like and subscribe.
But yeah, no, it does sound good.
Yeah.
I like that little pop. That little pop was pretty awesome.
Yeah. He had a couple other ones, but that was the best one.
The car
did
it look like it had a lot of work done or no?
That's all. I mean,
well, I figured you went through a couple of his videos just
a
to
roof
see.
wing. He had a boost gauge, and I think he had wideband. Actually, no, I can't remember.
Nice. What a responsible young man.
I want to cover one thing. Thank you to those who have subscribed to our Patreon page and have now heard our nursery rhymes up on the Patreon page. You can only get those if you donate at a certain level. And
seriously,
I've received.
I didn't know you did that.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking fantastic.
Those are only a premium subscription, so you have to. We're gonna try to keep doing more. I think we'll record 2 more after we're done today with this. So if you want to hear some spot on creme de la creme, Polish nursery rhymes or English ones in Polish, you have to go to our Patreon page and you have to donate, and then you'll get them. One comment specifically was, "It was worth the wait." That is a direct quote.
That's awesome.
Because it did take us a little bit to get around to that, but
yeah, it was pretty funny though. It was a good time.
Oh, what else?
I struggled behind the scenes. I struggled a lot to not laugh while I was reading them.
There was also I had a copyright infringement opened upon me because I used that song.
Oh my god, really?
Now nothing. It said, the description said nothing was going to be done. It was just to let me know that it could happen, and I looked into it hard. That is a public use, public domain, free use song.
Good.
It is. It's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I mean, no one holds the copyright onto Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So nothing has come of it so far, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll find
it. In other news, Gear Shift Podcast shut down.
Oh, God. I mean, I don't even know how they got it because the link is unlisted. So the only way you can find it is with, I don't know, YouTube, and their
beasts
fucking get their fingers in everything.
They do.
But
I like to get my fingers in everything.
While we're talking about supporting things, I got, for the audio.
Strike Force.
For the video show, we have two bottles of Strike Force here. It's so good. And I actually have water in my glass this time.
That's a good step to take.
Yeah. And see, no one knows about this because that was in the take that we did that got
erased.
Yeah. That erased.
That's because, again, we sabotage on purpose. Well, you do.
Well, it was weird because that audio clip had information that would lead to Hillary's arrest. So it committed accidental suicide to the back of the head. I don't have any information, so
same.
I'm going to live another day. So I have two bottles of Strike Force here. They're both 750 milliliter bottles. One is grape. They have all their flavors out in the bottles now, which is awesome. So I'm going to give myself a little.
Give yourself a little.
I'm going to give a one squirt there, and I like to do a half a squirt of the original with a full squirt of the grape.
Oh, okay.
Kind of tastes like Pez. Like a grape Pez when I mix the two. It's very, very good. And you're drinking with some Black Rifle coffee.
I am indeed.
But if you go to strikeforceenergy.com and use promo code BEARD20, you'll get 20% off your order. You can get T-shirts, stickers, obviously the Strike Force Energy. They have a subscription, so if you do end up liking it and you want it delivered to your front door every month or however often you want it, you can do that. It's awesome. So strikeforceenergy.com.
That's the way to do it.
Kick the fucking can.
Kick it, literally.
Kick the can is actually their slogan.
Which is accurate.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have, think about it. One little packet is 99 cents. And that is the same amount. Like, once you put that in water, it's the same amount as if you were to drink a Red Bull. A 16-ounce Red Bull.
Yeah.
Which has enough sugar to kill you.
Yeah.
I once died from Red Bull.
Same. I know we never talked about it, but totally same.
Yeah, definitely died.
And
then I heard about Strike Force. Came back. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
That worked out well.
You sent me a link yesterday.
I did, because I forgot how I came across it, but I thought it was like cool. Like, oh, that's nice. So I didn't read into it too much. I figured we would just glance over it today. But Volvo, which is a Swedish Chinese auto company. Are you done? Cool.
I'm done now. I'm fingering my face hole.
I wish you would do that to me a little more often, but besides the point. Anyway.
The court says I can't.
So Volvo announced that they would produce...
They're going to build a plant in the U.S.
They're going to build a plant in the U.S., and they're going to produce their new XC90, which will be coming out in the future.
Which I hope that was just a concept drawing that they had.
I don't think it looked that bad, but it's hard. But it was hard to tell whether it actually looked decent.
It kind of looked Range Rover-ish.
Yeah, a little.
A
little bit.
I get my Rovers mixed up. Actually, I could be talking about a Land Rover.
And they're all the same. It doesn't fucking matter.
Rover.
It's a Rover. Who the fuck cares? Nobody buys them.
Are you pulling up the article? Because I'm also pulling up the article.
Well, I'll have it. You can have it, and then we can both have it, and that's cool too.
I don't want her. You can have her. She's too fat for me. Real song, by the way. Real song.
I don't doubt it. So I think it looks okay as far as like this little photo that they provide is really not much of anything.
Well, it's a two-door, so that's definitely a concept.
Yeah. It does look good as a two-door though. Two-doors are life.
Those taillights look like they're from what was the cross country that they did? The lifted wagon. What was that called?
Yeah, well, the XCs, yeah. It's cross country.
That's what those taillights look like they're from. No, sorry. Those taillights look like they're from the sea, the little coupes. That's what those taillights look like.
Yeah.
They have the L shape.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So it says, today announces the next generation of XC90 large premium SUV will be built in the new manufacturing plant in Charleston, South Carolina from 2021.
Yeah, so they're estimating to create like several thousand jobs. It says around 4 here, and they say that they're actually going to start producing the new S60s in the fall of 2018, so next year. So definitely,
is it already built?
I think it is. I mean, it
says right
based
here,
off of this, it seems like it is already.
Volvo factory campus in South Carolina. So
there's a photo of it.
Well, it could be rendering.
See, look, they announced in 2015 that this can't. So it's got to be done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's probably already done.
Now, here's the thing. Why down south? Because you got maybe there's more real estate down there. Because look, Volkswagen has the Chattanooga plant.
Probably. I would think cheaper real estate. One,
destroying the forests.
Yes.
Yeah. That's high up there.
I would think the parts won't rust as quickly because they're down south. And no, but all jokes aside, I think that does seem to be a trend. Maybe cheaper.
The business logic behind the decision to build the next generation of XC90 in South Carolina is compelling. The U.S. is the single largest market for the XC90, although a considerable amount of XC90 volume will be exported from the port of Charleston. So there must be a port.
That's
probably
which makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see how it looks. They do pretty good with the XC. Well, their SUVs in general are pretty solid. They look cool.
We're excited to add a second car to our first American factory.
Well, yeah, because they're going to be doing the the 60s and then the XCs.
The hell name? This is the president and CEO of Volvo Car
What's
USA.
His name?
Lex Kersemakers. Kersey makers.
You suck at this. Let me whip out the Swedish here.
Kersemakers.
This better be a difficult name because if you're making it sound difficult.
Well, you could say a couple of the letters.
That's his name.
It's toward the bottom.
Oh.
It's definitely Lex. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Lex, is that Lex? Leaks?
Is your name Leaks?
Actually, it's a soft X. It's Lay.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, see? Lex Kersemakers.
No, but there's another guy who's the president-in-chief, and his name is Håkan Samuelsson. Håkan. Right above the photo of the plant. Håkan. That's fucking awesome.
Håkan Samuelsson.
Lex Kersemakers.
Yeah, see, I wasn't. But I don't think it's Makers.
Kersemakers.
There's no C.
I don't fucking know.
Do you speak Volvo?
Swedish? Do you speak Volvo?
I do speak Swedish. Meatball.
I speak IKEA.
One of my favorite Muppet characters was the Swedish chef.
Morty.
And another copyright news. We can't do that.
But so I think that's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well,
they do good. I mean, their recent styling has been really nice. I think the V90s look cool. The S90s look really nice. The S60s as well, like the ones that are coming out now and next year.
Big fan of the 240s.
Samesies.
Like the styling of how they're bringing them out now. This is 85, right? We're in 1985?
Yeah, correct.
Because my
70, okay. I think it was 70. When did they start? It was early to mid-70s, I think. Yeah,
you always make me fact check, don't you?
It was early to mid-70s till about 90. It was a very long production.
Oh, yeah, because it was such a widely purchased... It was the most popular car they made.
They're still fucking on the road. Those cars are
so that was the 200 series.
Yes, correct. Well, they had the 240.
Holy shit.
260.
In Europe, it was 74 to 93.
There you go, yeah.
Canada, 74 to 85. Malaysia, we here on Gear Shift really appreciate the Malaysian car market. It's there's no other.
There's no other like it.
But it actually doesn't. Why doesn't it give a U.S. number? That's weird.
U.S. was 93 as well.
Was it?
If they started in 74, which I think they did, it definitely ran till 93 because Craigslist. So guaranteed they ran till 93. But yeah, they went through a variety of different motors.
They had a VW diesel.
What, the motor at one point?
Yeah.
Volvo's
new diesel engine was purchased from Volkswagen and was a 6-cylinder iteration. Wow.
Yeah.
but we're looking at 79.
Yeah, no, that was
early.
earlier.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know VW had a 6-cylinder diesel at that point.
I mean, I don't know if
maybe they just made it. They might have sold it and never
and never put it in their own cars. But no, they went through a variety of motors. They had 4-cylinders, 2-cylinders, 4s and 6s.
So good.
They are, dude. They really are. But
I would own one.
The ideal for that car is early 80s.
And they made him in a 2-door, which is
early 80s. The 242 GT is the ideal, which is a 2-door. You still want the round headlights. You don't want the square ones. You want the round headlights.
I mean, I would go either way, but yes,
the round headlights.
The round ones,
primo.
Yeah.
Round headlight, 242. So it's a 2-door. I think they were 2.2 or 2.3 liter.
Well, they had a lot.
No, they had it, but I'm saying the ones that came in the GTs, I forget, are 2.2 or 2.3.
Pardon me.
There was a variety of turbo motors. The two that were most preferred were the B21 FT and the B23 FT. The B21 came with forged internals and shit, like from the factory, manual. They were
rear drive.
Oh yeah, manual, rear-wheel drive. They came fuel injected in the GTs. There was something else. Fuel injected, and they were already not coil over plug and wire, but I forgot what it was. There was something about them that was like very, very modern, and these cars are still on the road, but finding a clean 2-door right now, you're
fuel injected
money.
B21F produces 107 horsepower.
The FT,
that's from 79.
Yeah,
that was a 240 with a fuel injected B21F. They were classified as a mid-sized luxury executive car.
Well, I mean, if you go back to the 80s, they're big. It's a big car.
They're actually a good size by today's standard.
Yeah.
Maybe not as wide, but they're
long.
definitely front to back.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's plenty of room. My uncle had 2 of them.
The 240s?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Wagons?
I'm trying to remember that. I know he had one sedan. I can't remember if he had 2 sedans or a wagon and a sedan. He had at least one sedan. I can't remember if he had 2, but they were the dark blue.
Yeah.
Probably the most common color, probably.
But those are awesome cars, man. Yeah, they're still running, and they've gone down in history as the most reliable Volvo.
I posted that picture of the one up at the coffee shop in Connecticut that my cousin owns. The one guy who works there,
still running, right?
He said he only bought it he was supposed to be just a summer car.
Yeah.
3 years later, he still has it.
Yeah.
And that thing is missing. It's missing a good chunk of its mass is gone. Let's just say you can just go right up in there from the outside.
Sure.
200 series. Oh, here we go. Engines. So the B24 cylinder. Oh wow, they got so the B19 ET, B21 ET, B21 FT.
That's the one.
4-cylinder inline overhead cam.
That one and turbo. The B23 FT are the two that people tend to.
Intercooled with factory installed intercooler boost system.
Yeah.
Or Volvo R Sport dealer retrofitting kit for the 81 to 83 models starting in mid 1983.
Yeah. So those are the 2 most desired motors. They go back and forth. There's like a lot of threads out for the 2 motors for like if you're building which one you would want to.
Oh, the double rounds. Oh.
And so
quad round setup. Man.
For the headlights?
Yeah. Oh man, they have a picture here of
They have a very
77 wagon with quad rounds.
I love them because they had I always had a soft spot for them because they had a very Volkswagen-esque kind of look to them, and that's why.
It was that era where everything was square.
Yeah, but they looked good. Good. With the round headlights, So
they have a whole section here on just headlamp configurations.
People do a lot of swaps with them, obviously, for the headlights.
Well, it breaks it down into like the 242, 244, 45.
Yeah, well, the
turbo.
Yeah, the ending number is the amount of doors. That's what they changed.
So the turbo, that was what was considered the turbo brick.
Yes, that was the turbo
brick.
The
original
those in the
turbo
740s.
Brick, yeah.
Yep.
So that was the 242, 244, the 245.
Yeah, so 242 is the 2-door, 244.
So there was no 240.
No, it's a 240. They're not labeled 242, 244. They changed the number for the amount of doors. That's just like a reference. So instead of me saying I have a 240 wagon, I say I have a 245. Do you know what I mean?
But to a layman's person, it would just be a Volvo 240.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
See, yeah. This is the kind of information that you get here
at Gearshaft. So 244 is like obviously just sedan. So like my wagon was an 855.
But it badge as an 850.
Exactly.
Oh. Oh.
So either 854 or 855. But yeah, I mean, they're like I said, for anybody that like stays with the factory motors, those were the two that were preferred. But people will go back and forth because there's I think the B23 FT, if I remember correctly, was lighter, but the 21 had factory forged internals. So people were tossing copious amounts of boost at that motor. As long as you had it tuned right, it would just run and run and run and run. But I learned most of them myself about the 240s like years ago when I was actually considering trying to build a 240.
Man,
like finding something and looking for a motor. I called dismantlers in California. I had them like prepping out engines for me and shit. Like I was really considering it. That's a car that
it needs an LS though.
Oh, I know, right? But if I was to ever dabble in that pond again, which I will not.
How were the transmissions pretty sturdy?
They weren't too bad. They had the M46 and M47. One was a 4-speed and the other one was a 4-speed overdrive or a 5-speed, I forget. But they prefer the 46, if I'm not mistaken, which was a 4-speed overdrive. But yeah, no, they weren't terrible.
So
you can get a limited slip diff even nowadays for these cars. Like it's cool.
So let's change gears here.
Yes. And
it's relevant to what we were just talking about because we were just talking about something that was rear drive, front engine.
Okay.
Something that is very near and dear to our hearts.
Oh, yes.
The Kia Stinger. It's coming. It's almost here.
When is it coming?
I don't know. But I gave you that. I posted that video.
I saw, yeah.
So somebody actually is starting to review them now. So we're not the first, folks. I
it.
know you all really wanted it to happen. The police said we're not allowed back. But I went back and listened to the first episode, and I wanted to see what I had predicted the price was going to be. And I said mid to high 30s.
Is that where it's at?
It's going to be right in that 35,000
cool
range. And I'm sure once you add accessories and stuff.
But honestly speaking, for what it seems like you're getting, it's not a bad price. Because it looks like it's going to be a really nice car.
I think the only beef that the guy said, he really said, this guy was hitting it home that it's really... It's aiming at the BMW market.
Which, yeah.
Rear drive.
And price-wise, that it's definitely aiming at the BMW.
Oh, yeah. But he said, don't expect a BMW.
But you know what? For the common person...
I don't think anyone would ever expect a BMW.
Well, obviously, yeah. But for the common person who, I feel like when you're a car enthusiast, you feel for... and listen to and pay attention to certain things in vehicles that really, set it apart for you. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same shit with, I don't know, a fucking a haircut. Somebody sees somebody's hair and it's like, yeah, he got a haircut, but they can't tell whether it's quality or not. And some people see, the Kia, like visually, it looks pretty good. It's a luxury car. They won't be able to tell the difference. All those little minute differences that make the BMW and the Kia.
Right.
But I feel like there's a lot of people that are going to be very, very happy with the Stinger, for sure.
I agree.
As an alternative to spending 50-something thousand or 60 grand for the equivalent BMW or whatever you want to call it.
And it's still, they're sticking with the twin turbo V6.
That's fucking awesome.
And there's still going to be the four-cylinder option,
Yeah, of course. But that's awesome.
In a world where everyone is going, in a world where everyone's going to electric, Kia says fuck you.
Coming next year.
Coming to a Kia dealership near you. Fuck the pandas. These are Kia's words, not mine.
Not ours.
This is
all.
Right from Kia.
Straight from
direct.
the source. Straight from the source.
No, he said it looked like it was a decent interior.
Yeah.
But
they've stepped their game up a lot.
But seeing it actually in action,
boom.
But seeing it in motion in a video, not a rendering, not
it's going to be totally different.
Not an auto show photo.
And I'm waiting for it.
The front still looks good.
This is going to be the first time I'm fucking. I meant like a performance video, but like this is the first time I'm excited for a Kia.
But the guy was drifting in it. He did donuts. Like,
so there is a performance video out already. I thought
he took it around the track.
Oh fucking A!
I put it
the 6'2".
Just so everyone knows, Casper does not frequent the stuff that I post on Facebook.
I'm not that often. I'm not that often.
No,
not that often.
So
but
he doesn't engage as much as our listeners.
But because I'm a producer of content, not a listener. Anyway, but
Casper got a new title, everybody.
Facts.
Welcome to the show. I'm Christoph, the keyboard jockey, and our producer of content across from me is...
So, But I will give them this, though. So remember a few years ago when the Kia Optima came out with that dope-ass 4-cylinder turbo? It was like all-wheel drive manual. They had an option like that, too.
That was what sparked this.
I think so, too.
No. The guy said it in the video.
Well, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
He said...
Is he a content producer?
I mean, he got to drive one, so yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Actually, I didn't like the way he talked. He sounded like he had emphysema, and it was his last drive. Like, till I see you again.
Let me swallow my coffee before you make jokes.
But he said that there was, they came out with that, and then somebody went, "Hey, can we do this?"
Yeah.
And Bob the Builder, yes, we can.
But you know what the thing is? I feel like almost all car companies, if they were to release something performance-oriented, will probably succeed in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but, I mean, every company has its market.
I'm trying to prove you wrong here. I got to think of it.
I'm sure there's somebody out there, but you know what I mean? Like, Mazda has their hatches.
Mazda has the Speed 3.
Which was a great car. They're really cool cars.
And the RX-8 now.
Yeah, exactly.
The rotary stuff.
Yeah.
Which I did read that they're going to be coming back with something else.
Really?
They're going to continue on.
RX-9?
Probably. I mean, it's the only logical. It's the only logical thing for them to do, unless they just say RX-8 and it's a new generation of RX-8, because that was limited for the RX-8 as well.
But I mean, well,
let's go through them all. So Ford
has their stuff. They have their hatches.
They have the Mustang.
Yeah.
They have the ST, the Focus ST, the Fiesta. It still makes me cringe to go to the Fiesta.
I love the little Fiesta ST. I love.
Did you see a performance Fiesta?
I love that little fucking thing though.
So then you got Chevy. They have the what fucking doesn't GM have?
Yeah.
They have the Demon, the Hellcat, the Challenger, the Charger, the Jeep's got their SRT stuff.
Yeah.
Dodge.
So yeah, Dodge. I mean, of course, Dodge.
Obviously, Volkswagen.
I'm trying to think of somebody that doesn't really have something.
Fiat.
I feel like everybody does. 500.
Okay, well, let's look at Chrysler.
I mean, the Barth is.
What does Chrysler have all around?
Right now, what do they have?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right now,
they don't do Sebrings anymore. Well, they had. I mean, they did have the Crossfire. Right?
The Routan was like their best supercar.
That shit was crazy. Italian AF. Like you literally got out of that van and you were like a buongiorno.
Well, I'm not even. I'm gonna look up what their models are because maybe I'm blanking on it. But I'm not talking about since they're owned by Fiat, they have the 500. Or the Abarth.
Yeah.
What does Chrysler itself have? I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything. People would buy it though. I'm sure they would.
List of Chrysler.
All these avid Chrysler enthusiasts.
Oh, these are. So they have the Town and Country, the Pacifica. They're still making the Pacifica? Jesus Christ. Why?
Lexus has their shit, obviously. Well, all Japanese cars have something.
Vehicles, here we go.
I don't think there's that many.
So they have the 200, the 300, the Pacifica.
Well, the 300 kind of, right? I mean, it's always been kind of like a...
That's 363 horsepower.
Yeah. Is a big boy. Because performance. Because Italian fucking influence, bro.
Why is it only giving me these 4 vehicles?
Maybe that's all that Chrysler has right now.
The 200, 300, Pacifica, and Pacifica Hybrid.
It's very possible that might be all they have right now.
Really?
You have 2 sedans and you have SUVs. What the fuck else would they make? Maybe a minivan, but minivans are going out of
No, the Pacifica is their minivan.
I thought that was an SUV.
It's their minivan.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So then, yeah, I mean, what else do you fucking need to hit? They don't have any hatches.
Well, I guess the 300 is their performance vehicle because the 200 is 184 horse. The Pacifica is a van, and that's 287. And you have a hybrid is the other one.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's... You know what? Good on you, Chrysler, because you're fucking not being like everybody else, making an shorter car to hit a different market. You have 4 cars, and you're done. And that's great.
Let's look at their trim options here. So you have the Limited, the 300S.
Good on you. Good guy, Chrysler.
So the Limited... all-wheel drive, the 300S, which is a 3.6 Pentastar V6, 8-speed automatic. You can get rear-wheel or all-wheel.
Lit.
You have the 300S alloy.
Oh my God, does that mean it's alloy wheels?
They're 20-inch aluminum.
Oh, fuck.
They're not even. They're
not even alloy.
They're aluminium. That's a 300 horsepower Pentastar V6. So the 300C. The 300C was always like. That was always the top end, was the 300C. And then the 300C Platinum. So that's 292. Where are they getting... it says right on the main page 300 and some horsepower, but
it's fucking crazy, bro.
So that's false advertising. None of these models say 360 horsepower. The highest one is 300.
Maybe if you take out the rear seat.
Okay, so we've established that they do not have anything.
Okay.
Chrysler does not have a performance.
So what
without
we're saying
going
is,
to maybe Fiat,
if Chrysler made a performance car, obviously so many people would buy it.
But would you? But here's the thing now: would you want it?
I would never touch it. I would go.
If Chrysler,
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No. I meant like the real companies.
So obviously Audi, that's everything.
Yeah.
We don't even have to talk about Porsche,
BMW, Mercedes.
They
all have their shit. Lotus, obviously. Mini. I mean, Mini is. I mean, their S's are technically. I mean, they're performance-y cars.
Kia, this would be their car.
Yeah.
Hyundai they had the Genesis Coupe.
Love that car.
I don't know what is the Coupe still being made?
Yeah,
this is still current model. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I really still want to drive a 3.8 coupe.
I know.
Badly. I really want to.
If anyone listening has a Hyundai Genesis Coupe 3.8
or two, I mean even the 2-liter too, but the 3. I just want to drive the 3.
No, I specifically because I personally feel that all 2-liter turbos at the end of the day, stock for stock, are going to be very close to the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's only when you start getting into the big boy stuff or tunes or stuff like that.
And the 3.8 sounds glorious.
Oh, yeah.
Love that thing.
Yeah. It's a 6-cylinder. Six-cylinder. Some people like their 8 cylinders. I like my 6-cylinder cars. I don't know what it is.
I prefer 6s over 8s for noise.
And that's straight 6s, V6s, or like a VR or something like that. Obviously, partial to VR. Slight bias. Slight bias. Minimal bias.
Barely noticeable.
Are we missing anybody for that?
I don't know.
Obviously, Dodge.
Yeah. So, to come full circle,
Daewoo. So I blew up a Daewoo. Did I ever tell you about this?
No. How did you blow up a Daewoo?
Well, I'm going to say blow up with air quotes here. So take a trip down memory lane with me. In a world where Christoph was 18 years old. I was at college. Because I went to college. Your mom went to college.
She did. True.
She's a nice lady. So at college, I went to Mansfield University, Northern PA, and a friend of mine had a Daewoo. She was in the band with us. Crystal was in the band with me as well too. And so this girl had a Daewoo, and this was before I was dating Crystal, I think. Yeah, it was early on my freshman year. So I forget what was going on, but we wanted to go do something. And I was from the next town over, so half an hour from Mansfield was Troy, which is where I grew up. I'm like, hey, if you guys want food, I know this great pizza shop in Troy we can go to. Now, in between Troy and Mansfield is this massive hill. And on Mansfield's campus is another massive hill, which ironically that was called Cardiac Hill. Because you had to walk up it if you were in the band. Yeah. If you had to go to anywhere you had to go, you had to walk up this hill. Actually, all the parking, top of the hill.
Of course.
So the student parking was at the top of the hill. So she's like, okay, well, you know the area. You can drive. Now, this was back, and I kid you not, anyone can look this up. Daewoo was starting to go out, and they were doing a buy one, get one free with their cars. A whole car. So her mom bought 2 and got one buy one, got one free. So she had 2. So she was driving this little Daewoo, which this was like a 2-door hatch, ugly, tiny. So we fit 4 people in it. And we drove, and I was just going. It was at the cruise control. And it had cruise control, oddly enough. So we got off campus, and we're going to Troy and started going up this hill, and the car's just losing all power, just nothing. And I milk it. It was an automatic, so I put it over in the manual and tried to manual shift it, or put it down into low and then first and do it that way. It didn't have a manual mode. I just bumped it down, and I can't remember if we made it to the top of the hill or not, but that car wasn't going anywhere. It was done. It was toast.
This is new?
It was a year or 2 old, maybe. I mean, so we're looking at 2004, end of 2004, beginning of 2005.
That's hilarious.
So this maybe was like a 2003. So it was at least a year old or younger. And the last I remember about this is we got the tow truck to come. We got to where we needed to go and everything. And last I remember, that car was dead. She said she had it looked at. It was done. I didn't do anything other than just try to make it go. Like, it wasn't overheating. There were no lights coming on. I was just driving.
That's fucking amazing.
And all of a sudden, it just didn't want to go. So
quality at its finest.
Quality at its finest. So yeah, I just say I blew up a buy one get one free Daewoo.
That's pretty awesome.
If the owner's name was Alyssa, so Alyssa, if you're listening to the show, I apologize for your car. Not really.
No,
it was a piece of shit.
No, yeah.
Even brand new, it was a piece of shit. That was a company that shouldn't have existed, but yeah. So that was that's my blowing up a car story.
Lit.
Yeah. You ever blow up a car? You ever blow up a motor? Focus on how I asked that question. Have you ever blown up a motor? The answer is no.
No.
How many?
Several motors.
Including the bike, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did blow the bike motor, too. Fuck. Yeah. The bike. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's a few.
In a world where Casper drives a motor that stays running. In a world of compression.
In a world of compression.
Oh, God.
So, what's been going on? What's been going on these last few days, this week?
Oh, are we going to get into
Yeah, let's do that.
Week?
Yeah.
All right, let me pull that up.
I got it. I'll put it up on the grams.
You got it? Yeah, because I'm using my phone.
Yeah, it'll be easy.
Well, I can start with me.
Go ahead. Kick it off.
I have done nothing to my own vehicles.
Oh, my damn. That's a nice photo.
Oh, yeah.
Double tap, Lars.
No, we need to give... Nope, we need to do a call.
You want to do that right now?
Yeah, let's see if we can get him on the Heezy.
Call that.
It is for those who aren't in this world, and I find it very hard to believe. It's H2O International going on this weekend,
H2O.
and or H2 No as people have been calling it because the show got called off. The original the venue told the organizer no, and then the backup venue told him no. So. Everyone always they already had their stuff booked for that weekend and everything like that because it's always the same time of year, and so yeah, it was. People are still going, so it's all down there, and so it's supposed to be decent weather.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be, I was looking because we thought about going down for a day trip today, and then I realized 7 hours of driving just to take the kids to the beach, and then have to deal with all the bullshit of.
I was looking at some posts earlier today, but the thing is. I don't know. I've never been to H2O. I have never been. I have no desire of going to H2O.
There it is.
I think the idea of the event is fucking phenomenal. It's awesome. It has a reputation.
And
no longer has a great reputation.
It used to have a great reputation.
I know. I'm sure.
You know.
But once, and you could tie this to technology, whatever. But once. The automotive world, once being a car enthusiast, became mainstream in the last, 7 years? 6, 7 years?
I'm going to say the deterioration of that event started going down around 5, 6 years ago.
Whether it's SOO, whether it's H2O, whatever it might be, you have the people that go down there to have a good time, but I mean everybody goes down to have a good time, right? What I mean by having a good time is you go down there
to fun.
Have a couple drinks, hang out with your squad, check out cars.
Now I will say part of the enjoyment of H2O is driving up and down the strip.
Yeah,
there is something about that. Having done it for several years, there is something nice about just hopping in the car, going 25, 30 miles an hour down the strip. Come back. You go down to the end, and you turn around and come back up. I don't know why. It's not my
because it's such a massive conglomerate of enthusiasts, and you just see different stuff. I'm assuming.
But once you have, I agree with you that I think social media kind of hurt it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have everyone wanting to be Insta-famous.
Yeah.
They want a video of their car doing a burnout, getting 1,000 likes. They want their negative 55 degrees of camber to be world known. Whether it's a VW or not.
And then there's my thing is that whole thing where people actually attempt to rack up the most tickets.
That is
like,
a
what
thing.
Who the fuck
people
does
boasting
that?
about having a ticket.
Like, I don't.
I was very pissed off when I got pulled over. I only got pulled over one time down there, and I got a written warning.
For what?
So, and I wish I would have had a video of this. I really do. Where we stayed, we used to stay up like past 100th Street, which is away from where all the fuckery usually is. And this was 2012. I had the GLI. It was my last time going down with the GLI. And where we stayed on the beach side of the highway. So in order to go down, you had to do a U-turn. Now U-turns are legal down there, but I think it's every other red light you're allowed to.
Okay.
So I was pulling out, and I think it's 3 lanes on each side. And I looked, and I looked to make sure it was okay to pull out, and I saw a police car. It was an SUV, and I'm like, okay, he's quite a ways away, and he was in the middle lane. So obviously, if I'm turning into traffic, I'm going to be into the right lane. Yeah. So I'm not cutting anybody off. So I pull out, turn signal on, and I look behind him because I knew the next light I had to make a U-turn. So I look. I still had plenty of room, so I signaled, moved over a lane, looked again, signaled, moved over another lane. Meanwhile, there's probably, I'd say, 4 to 5 car lengths in between me and that police car. As soon as I went into that left lane, he cut over, turned his lights on. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? I looked at Crystal, like she was in there. I'm like, what did I do? She goes, did you signal? I'm like, yes, I signaled. Yeah. Maybe you have a light out. I'm like, no, I don't have. It would tell me if I have a light out. And so where I was turning, there was a street down, a side street. So I pointed, saying that I'm going to go over there, just so he didn't think I was going to evade him or whatnot. So I pulled down there, pulled over. Now, normally when I get pulled over, I always have my stuff out the window ready to go because if I get pulled over, I know I fucked up. Yeah, like I own it. Yeah. I messed up. But I didn't know what I did. I figured maybe he was going to tell me something like, hey, just so you know, this kid gets out, and I say kid, he looked like he was maybe 100 pounds soaking wet with gear on. And he looked like he couldn't even spell the word razor. Yeah. I mean, he looked like a baby. And he comes up, hand on his gun, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Maybe, and then I thought to myself, maybe I match a description of something that happened. Play it cool. Yeah. I did my usual, keep the hands on the steering wheel, and he wouldn't come past the window, so he's like leaning, looking at me. I'm like, and he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no, sir. I have no idea why. I'm wondering that. Why did you pull? He's like, you cut me off. I'm like, excuse me? He's like, you cut me off. I'm like, no, I didn't. He's like, are you going to get mouthy with me? I'm like, so I opened my mouth to say something. I went, I just shut my mouth. And he goes, well, you have something to say? Wow. I'm like, yeah, I do. But I know no matter what I say, I'm wrong. And you're just going to rack up whatever offense you want me to have. So I'm going to keep my fucking mouth shut. Here's my shit. Write me the ticket.
Is that what you said to him?
Yeah. I handed it to him. He's like, you better knock your fucking attitude off. I'm like, okay. I knew no matter what I had to say, it didn't matter. I didn't. And when he gave me he gave me the written warning. He's like, I'm giving you a written warning. It's your only chance. I'm like, oh, gee, thanks for your fucking compassion. But I told him, I'm like, just so you know, I didn't even cut across all lanes, and I probably could have. Yeah. But I told him, like, I didn't cut across 3 lanes. I signaled. And I paused in between each lane, and I could see. I saw you the entire time. I did not cut you off. You could have fit a tractor trailer, just the truck in between us. And he was like, "This is your last shot." I'm like, "Yep." That was what I got pulled over for. I didn't get pulled over for being too low.
Yeah.
Because that was before they started cracking down on height and camber. So I didn't get pulled over for being low. I didn't get pulled over for burnouts. I got pulled over for simply signaling, changing lanes, and apparently 5 car lengths is cutting off a cop down there. I don't, and it was the part that got me was it was away from all the fuckery.
Yeah,
we stayed up where it was nice and quiet. That's what pissed me off the most. I'm like, nothing is going on up here. Why the hell were you even up here?
Yeah.
So, but the people were trying to count how many tickets they get and being proud of it and getting impounded now and stuff like that. And
yeah,
I really think social media hurt it. But as a testament to that event, there's still a lot of people down there, and there's no show.
Yeah.
And I will say, a lot of people, they book their stuff. They still use it as an opportunity to get together, hang out.
Yeah, of course.
Have a couple of little drinky poos, and we're gonna see if how those little drinky poos are going here. We shall see. Enhance. If he's awake.
Oh, yes.
He never answers.
He might be drunk already.
Oh, I guarantee you he's the mayor of Shitty City. That son of a bitch.
Fuck you, kid.
I do know everybody else that's staying with him, though.
Your call.
Yeah, you know what? We'll make one more call, and if we can't get through to anybody down there, then we'll call it quits and we'll go right into what did you do this week. Actually, you could start reading off some of the stuff if you'd like.
So Mogar stated that they were contemplating whether to light the Corrado on fire or just waiting until it inevitably does it to itself.
That's
which
right.
is he's trying to figure out some oil consumption and oil temperature issues.
That's a she. Mogar is a she.
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Morgan, yes.
Sorry, Morgan.
Her husband likes crayons, like to eat crayons. He was a Marine.
Oh.
I can make that joke. Not because I was a Marine.
So yeah, Zero Skill 2113 says he washed, deconned, and sealed the R32 after talking myself out of burning all the money on my ECS cart. So enjoy the smooth rambling of Casper's nursery rhymes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yep. He said it was worth the wait.
So Connor Newman stated that he still is having trouble diagnosing the CEL. Just writing this out, last semester so I can get a new job and a new car. Sounds like he's moving out of the Mark V, maybe.
It's a shame because he's got a good motor. It's a 2.5.
Yeah.
You know.
Zanky718 says that he bought a standalone for his S14 to add to the paperweight, pile of parts. And
you piece of shit.
He's wondering where the Vortex headbanging icon is when you need it. Should I keep going?
No. Pause. Put a bookmark in it.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice.
Man, they must have went
ham in their
They went to Blackout City real early.
So they have 2 more comments from VDub family.
Yes.
He says he got his big
Josh.
turbo for the IE short block build.
Yep, he had ordered a whole short block from Integrated Engineering.
Yeah.
So it's for his GLI. So
yeah.
he has a Mark 6 GLI. So he's doing a full build on that.
That's fucking dope.
What he said? What turbo?
GTX 2871R. Yeah.
That's
so
a good turbo.
He also got a family car.
Yes.
GSW SE.
He got a third. I love his next comment.
He says he knows he should have gotten an all-track, but aren't they already everywhere or soon to be?
That's an inside joke between me and him.
I mean, it is probably going to happen. Kind of, sort of, which is fine.
There's somebody else that we know of that always posts Project All Track soon to be everywhere. So that's his joke behind that. But yeah, good for you, Josh. Yeah, he got a new Jetta. Golf Sport wagon. Didn't get the 4Motion one, but then again, he's in California. What does he really need that for?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, truth.
But
he doesn't.
I mean, not everyone can have a banging awesome all track like
Word
like me.
What did you do this week?
Well, I like Morgan. I debated setting something on fire, but my something was my entire house because of the Porsche.
Yes.
That. Let's just say the owner asked me, "Oh, will you ever do another 997?" I'm like, "Yeah, for way more money than what I charged you," because what a learning experience. I learned a lot on that car. I did end up finally coating it, and for those who may have been watching that, it took me a very long time to finish that car. It wasn't that it took me that long in one sitting. I was breaking up into smaller pieces because of how frustrating it was really making me. So I broke it up, and it took me about a week and a half. And there were days in there where I didn't touch it at all because I had other stuff to accomplish, and so yeah, man. But I also put on, so that car got a full polish. It had OptiGuard leather, OptiGuard fabric. That's the coatings for the leather and the fabric. It got OptiGlass Pro on all the exterior glass. It got OptiCoat Pro Plus on all of the painted areas. It got, and on the face of the wheels and the exhaust tips. And it also got OptiCoat PPF. So to this day, I'm not sure if the stone guards I took off the car on the rear fenders, if they were the original Porsche stone guards, or if somebody had put them on when they did the front bra. I don't know. It's possible it was the original PPF. Part of me thinks it was. So he wanted that removed because they were really cloudy. So it happens. It is what it is. And then I got the pre-cut, same shape, same size for the stone guards in OptiCoat PPF. They're doing their own paint protection film now. So I put that on. So you do a layer of Pro on the paint, then you put their film on top of the Pro, and then you put Pro and Pro Plus on top of the film. So it's coated, filmed, and coated again, which is really nice. So and because it's all one company, they all jive together.
Yeah.
The Optimum's big thing is their synergy. They all work together, which is nice. So I did all of that, finished it. He took it back on Thursday. Yes, Thursday afternoon he came and picked it up. So that was nice. As nice as I like to say I have a Porsche sitting in my garage, when you're trying to get paid, I wanted it out of the garage. So
understandable.
But it turned out really, really nice. I was really happy with the leather coating. That this leather took it really well for some reason. The last time I did it was on that Chevy SS I did.
Coat me, daddy.
Oh, pardon?
Coat me, daddy. You said the leather took it really well.
Oh, yeah.
I was making a sexual innuendo.
Instead of choke, yeah, coat. Gotcha.
Coat me, daddy.
So I did that. I need to wash both of my own cars. They're pretty rough.
Filthy.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of traveling the last few days, or this past week, so up the turnpike and whatnot. So bug galore on all the cars. And in good keepings, Crystal took the kids to the Bloomsburg Fair yesterday, so it's filthy inside.
Yeah, of course.
So I have those, I swear the three of them keep me busy, but that's fine. Love you all. Yeah, and I think that's all I did. Is that you? Way to be professional.
Sorry.
Way to be professional.
Sorry.
Please turn off all cellular devices. Make sure your seat back is in the upright position, and make sure your tray table is stowed away. Please note your emergency exits on this side of the wing and this side of the wing.
All sides of each wing.
And if the plane does decide to go down, please put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. That's all I did. Oh, am I allowed, now that it's paid for, am I allowed to talk about it now? Shit.
Go ahead.
I purchased a set of cams for the R32. It's only been 6.5 years in the making.
Yes.
But no, it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. I happened to be commenting in a thread on Vortex about cams. I didn't say anything about me wanting them or looking for a set. I just happened to comment on it. And I got a message from a guy named Mike, Epic VW, I think is his username on there. And he said he had a set brand new in box, 264 set, I believe is what it is. And he said brand new in box. He just never installed them. And he said he'd sell it to me for a good price shipped. I'm like, fair enough. And I asked him if he could wait off to the last week of September, first week of October, because that's when I was going to get paid. And he said that's fine. He didn't have them advertised anywhere, so paid for. He's shipping them out. He said Monday the latest, but he's in California, so I got to wait 5 years for them to come here. But yeah, so I got
11
that.
years in the making.
Yeah. So I also compiled a list for all the supporting stuff that we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the Human DSG are going to tackle this project. I'm not naive enough to think that I can do this by myself, nor would I ever try to do it myself. It would take, if I did it myself, it would take me much, much longer.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. So being that I know Kevin's done the cam jobs several times, both on his own cars, I would just rather have his help, and we're going to do an exchange of services as payment. So in addition to all the seals and parts and bolts and guides and stuff like that, I also purchased a 5-gallon tub of lotion, and we'll exchange services. But no, also anyone who might have a VR6, or actually I think this goes with really anything. If you're looking to replace chains or any part, if you can find out who the manufacturer is, try to look it up that way. You're going to get a better price. Example, one OE from the dealership timing chain for a 3.2 VR6 is $159 list. Now, just in case you think, yeah, well, that's the list. My cost is $111. So there's not a huge markup on that chain. That chain is made by a company, I'm going to say IWIS?
I think that's what it's called.
IWIS, however you pronounce it. The OEM chains are stamped with that. It says it on the chain. You take it out from the factory. So if you look up that manufacturer, you can get that for like $50.
Yeah.
The upper one is $50, the lower one's like $30.
Yeah.
That's a massive difference. So I'm going
80
from
versus 300.
Same manufacturer.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's because I know looking up parts, you always see them like this is an OE manufacturer, and you get it for like 5 different companies. Well, yeah. In this case, it is the exact same thing, and saving a lot of money. So pricing certain things out, like gaskets, I don't mind going with Victor Rhines.
Yeah, they're good.
Ellering, who's another one? Phoebe, stuff like that. I don't mind buying that because they are OE manufacturers. They're still good. They're still fine. Yeah. So I'm essentially saving myself about $280 doing it the way I'm doing it now. So for all the supporting hardware, and I might do the water pipe for the crack pipe for the 3.2 just because we're in there, and I got to take the thermostat housing off anyway, so might as well. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. That'll be happening over the cold months. I don't know. Yeah. We haven't locked down a date specifically, but what did you do this week?
Lots of things. I like the tires, which I mentioned on the prior recording.
No, you didn't mention anything about tires on the last recording.
I did.
No, you definitely did not.
Pretty sure I did.
You definitely didn't do it 3 times.
Pretty sure I did. So that part goes. So 6 days in, I curbed a wheel because that's me.
Things were going too well.
So I curbed one of the wheels already. There was like I don't know if it was just a rock or if it was a piece of the curb that was stuck. Like it was like right next to the curb, and I didn't see it. And I pull up next to it, and I look in my mirror, and I have plenty of room, and I just hear, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
It's actually not terrible. It's not that bad.
No, it's not. But I mean, they're new wheels, and I'm like, did I run it over something? Because I'm looking at the curb, and I'm like, I'm obviously nowhere near the curb. Yeah. And I hear again when I pulled forward. I come out and I look. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I hit a beard off to order me another wheel. So that's done.
So it's on its way. My question now, for you, is: are you going to order another tire, like one tire?
No.
So what tire are you going to put on this one? You're going to swap it over.
I'm just going to swap it over and leave that one there, and then down the line, I might swap over one of the Nexans or something just to have a spare.
I was going to say you could drop off one of your old wheels and tires when you drop off the new wheel and tire to have them swap that.
Exactly.
And then just put a Nexan on the old one. You have a full-size spare.
Exactly.
There you go.
So there's that.
By the way, OptiCoat does not protect against curbage. I want to make that very clear.
So I had the MagnaFlow catback installed on the car. I'm super happy with it. It sounds very nice.
Shout out to whoever fucked up that exhaust the first time.
Yeah, so thanks for that. But so it's just the rear section of it.
Really, just a muffler delete, isn't it?
That's really it's basically a muffler change, I would say.
Is there a muffler? There's no muffler on the rear. On the new setup, isn't there?
There is. Yeah, there's a small muffler.
I thought there was only a Y pipe and the resonator.
No, there's The actual MagnaFlow section of the catback, yeah. Like the one that comes from the factory.
Oh.
I don't have a muffler really. No, it's the actual, yeah.
I didn't look at it then.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, so it sounds really good. It's louder than stock, but it's not like overly abrasive. It's really kind of only loud-ish on throttle.
Right.
On cruising, I barely hear it, which is awesome. Certain parts of the RPM range, a little bit here and there. But yeah, so that, and then the biggest news of all is that last Sunday I sold the wagon. The Volvo is out of my life.
I don't have it. I don't have any sounds. No, because I'm using that to record, so I can't do that.
So yeah, so the Volvo is gone. It is gone.
I'll insert clapping noises here.
There you go.
I'll insert it.
So yeah, I sold it to a good friend, Tani, who lives in Queens. He came out. He wanted to check it out. He bought a seal for that side for where the oil leak sprung.
What seal?
Cam seal on the exhaust side.
And that's the rear cam seal, I think. Yeah.
And it turns out that the cam seal wasn't bad. It just got pushed out. So he just pushed it back in. And
so you sold a car because of gasket had to get pushed back then.
Yep. And
I knew it was gonna be something simple.
No, of course, but at the same time, it's like even when it was done, I was like, just take it. Like I don't care. I'm done.
Still blame Kevin.
I will always blame Kevin.
So wait, did he push it in, drive it home?
Yeah, took it straight to Queens. No hiccups, no problems. Nothing.
Did he give you more money because it was now running fine?
No, I told him what I wanted. He gave me what I wanted, and that was it. And that was it. Yeah, I mean, I told him that I might still have the R bumper for him off of the T5R. I think it's still at Alex's shop up in the north. But if anything, I'll just grab it for him. He said if anything, he'll give me some extra for that. But like, I gave him everything I had in the garage. I'm like, dude, just take it.
I mean, the car is world famous at this point.
It is.
It's world famous.
I keep seeing fucking posts on Volvo Speed, and it's like I'll see a picture of it, and I'm like, womp, womp, womp. So good luck to him. I hope he. It's not even I hope. I fucking know that he's gonna sort the car, no problem whatsoever.
This is our full circle episode. We started with a Volvo. Yep. You're talking about ending your Volvo experience.
All done.
Now,
man.
Will you ever purchase another Volvo?
No. Unless it's a
that is deep. No, you should have stopped. Like that was you had the best answer.
No, I'm not gonna buy another Volvo. I'm not gonna buy a project car. I'm not doing anything like that. Just gonna stick with the Golf. Have some fun with it with basic bolt-ons. Gorf. And
R20. You have a sweet R20.
I have a nice GTI.
You have a sweet R20.
My GTI is.
And when you sent me that clip, I'm like, the GTI sounds nice.
Facts.
Cool.
So that's pretty much it. Yeah,
that's all you did.
That's all on my end. Yeah. So I'm happy with it. I love the way they. Like I said, I feel like my appreciation for the Golf is growing a little bit more because I don't have anything divvying my attention from it now as far as car shit. You know. So I started looking at some like interior things that I might want to grab.
Your intake bolt is good to go.
My intake bolt is good to go. I should have to go. I have to go. Fucking. I keep forgetting to go now because I kind of want to put that bracket back on. And I got to clean out that filter. Yeah, and I got to clean out that filter. But yeah, no, I mean it's nice to like just enjoy one car again, which I haven't done in a long time. So it's just that I started looking at some stuff that I might want to do to the Golf, like little things like interior pieces like a shift knob and P3 gauge. But I don't need it because I'm not tuned, so it doesn't matter.
In a world where Casper has no Volvo,
oh my god, dude,
he'll buy all the taillights.
So yeah,
fuck
I mean,
you, Eric.
It was a shitty experience as far as just letting it go, but at the same time, I'm happy it's just done.
Yeah,
it's a headache.
Breath of fresh air.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's that.
Cool. Well, we're gonna wrap this up here.
Cool beans.
Pretty good episode.
Yes.
Before we go, be sure to let us know if you would like us to talk about something.
Yes.
Always check toward Thursdays or Fridays. Keep an eye out to see what you did. What did you do this week? Chime in. Let us know what you did. We'll read it on air. We would like to do the calls. So to Jeremy and Kevin for not answering your phones, you suck.
Go fuck yourself.
And I hope your time in Shitty City is fantastic. They do a big jug of Old Swish. They make a concoction, and they're down there with Derek Oyer, or Chef Oyer D with the S4, and Steve Avasic. He has a 944 turbo that is
primo.
Oh God, good car. Never drives anywhere, but it's a nice car. So they're down there having a good old time. So to all of our friends down H2O, I hope you had a good time.
Yep, enjoy,
because this is after. So
yep.
I hope your time was great. I hope if you wanted as many tickets as you got, then good for you.
Yep.
Sure. And let us know if you'd like to receive a phone call from us, any topics you'd like us to talk about, blah, 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 blah. Go to thebeardeddetailer.com/gearshift or the swag store. Promo code GearShift, 10% off your order. Strikeforce Energy, Beard20. And it's all on there in the end for those who skipped it in the beginning. And let us know your co-driver of the week, too, if you want to nominate someone who has been influential to you, either in life or in the car community, someone that you would want to nominate for. Let us know that. I'm going to use this opportunity to nominate a co-driver today. I'm going to do this for my wife. Some people may know, some people may not, but on last Sunday, my father-in-law passed away, Carl Rupp. His service was on Wednesday, and he was a hell of a guy. He was an Air Force vet. Oddly enough, he used to have a motorcycle when he was younger. I think he had his he liked to tinker with stuff too. So, but an avid outdoorsman. He was very influential to my wife. And she's one of the strongest people that I know. So he had stage 4 cancer, and he's no longer hurting, which is good. So cheers to Carl, and that's it. So didn't want to bring it down end this show on a sad note, but yeah, that's where we're at. So tune in next week for episode 5. Be sure to like us, review, rate, Instagram.
Not rape.
No, rate with a T.
Yes.
With a T.
Okay.
Man, it's amazing how one letter can really fuck
change
up.
your life.
Hey, can you go over and rate that girl for me? Like in public? No, like a 1 to 10. You want like?
I mean, if I'm going in, I'm going in.
See, rape can be funny. It's all about context.
God, fuck, we need to stop.
Jeez, man. And there we are again. So until next week, I'm Christoph.
I'm the producer of content.
And in a world where we'll see you on the road. Gear Shift Podcast is an independent production brought to you by The Bearded Detailer. If you have any questions, please contact us at gearshiftpodcast@gmail.com or gearshiftpodcast.com.